Welcome back to Abyss of Crime. In today's chilling exploration, we uncover a story of unimaginable horror that shattered the tranquility of Ottawa's peaceful suburbs. March 6, 2024, began as an ordinary day for the Wikramasinghe family, filled with the promise of a happy reunion. By nightfall, this loving family's dreams were violently torn apart in a gruesome mass killing that left a nation in shock. Who could commit such a heinous act? What dark secrets lie beneath this seemingly idyllic family life? Join us as we peel back the layers of this tragic case, revealing the terrifying events of that fateful night, the harrowing crime scene discovery, and the relentless investigation that followed. Brace yourself for a journey into the darkest corners of human nature, as we delve into the devastating crime that befell the Wikramasinghe family. A case that will haunt your thoughts long after the story ends. Danusha Wikramasinghe was a determined man with a dream. Born and raised in Sri Lanka, he excelled academically and secured a job at a prominent mobile company. Despite his stable career, Danusha yearned for more opportunities and a better future for his family. In July 2021, he made the courageous decision to move to Canada, leaving behind his wife, Dharani, and their 3 children, Inuka, Ashini, and Ranaya. Upon arriving in Ottawa, Danusha faced numerous challenges, including financial struggles and adapting to a new culture. However, his resilience and hard work paid off when he founded a cleaning company, which soon flourished. His success allowed him to bring his family to Canada in early 2023, reuniting them after years of separation. Dharani, a former teacher, embraced their new life with optimism and dedication. The family's joy grew with the birth of their youngest daughter, Kelly, in Ottawa. Together, they navigated the complexities of their new environment, united by their love and determination to succeed. Tragically, their dreams were brutally shattered, leaving a community in mourning and a country in shock. Danusha Wikramasinghe's journey to Canada was driven by the desire to provide a better future for his family. Leaving behind his stable job in Sri Lanka, he arrived in Ottawa in July 2021, seeking higher education and new opportunities. The initial years were challenging, filled with hard work and loneliness, but Danusha remained focused on his goal. He enrolled in a local community college, balancing his studies with multiple part-time jobs, including janitorial work and delivery services. Each day was a grueling test of his determination, but he never wavered, driven by the vision of a brighter future for his family. Slowly but surely, Danusha began to see the fruits of his labor. With a keen eye for business and a relentless work ethic, he established a small cleaning company. What started as a one-man operation soon grew, allowing him to hire a small team and secure regular contracts with local businesses. This newfound stability gave Danusha the confidence to bring his family to Canada, a dream that had kept him going through the toughest times. In early 2023, Danusha's perseverance paid off when he was finally able to reunite with his wife, Dharani, and their children Inuka, Ashini, and Ranaya. They settled in the suburb of Barhaven, a peaceful community that offered excellent schools and a safe environment for the children. Their new home became a symbol of their hopes and dreams, a place where they could build a brighter future together. The Wikramasinghes embraced their new life with optimism, believing that they had finally found the stability and prosperity they had long sought. The summer of 2023 marked a joyous reunion for the Wikramasinghe family. After years of separation, Dharani, along with their children Inuka, Ashini, and Ranaya, joined Danusha in Ottawa. The reunion was a celebration of love and resilience, The family had endured years of long-distance communication, relying on video calls and messages to stay connected. The moment they were finally together again was filled with tears of joy and heartfelt embraces, a testament to their enduring bond. Durrani, a dedicated teacher, brought warmth and stability to their new home. She quickly found a position at a local school, where her skills and passion for education were highly valued. The children, though initially apprehensive about the move, soon adapted to their new environment. They attended Manor Paul Baxter School, where they made new friends and excelled academically. The community of Barhaven welcomed them with open arms, offering a supportive network that eased their transition. The arrival of their youngest daughter, Kelly, in Ottawa was a source of immense joy, completing their family. Kelly was a beacon of hope and happiness, bringing laughter and love into their home. The Wikramasinghes embraced their new life with enthusiasm, creating a close-knit family unit that thrived on mutual support and love. Weekends were spent exploring the local parks, attending community events, and enjoying family outings. They were truly living the Canadian dream, their hard work and perseverance finally paying off. However, beneath the surface of this happy family lay the seeds of a tragic fate that would soon unfold. Unbeknownst to them, their newfound happiness was fragile, and the darkness that awaited would shatter their lives in ways they could never have imagined. March 6, 2024, began like any other ordinary day for the Wikramasinghe family. The morning was filled with the usual hustle and bustle. Danusha left for work early, while Durrani prepared the children for school. The day progressed uneventfully, a typical routine for the family that had become accustomed to their new life in Canada. Little did they know, their lives would be irrevocably changed by nightfall. As the day turned to evening, Danusha returned home around 10:30 p.m. after a long day at work. He was exhausted, but relieved to be back with his family. However, as he stepped inside their Barhaven townhouse, an unimaginable horror awaited him. The dimly lit living room revealed an unexpected and terrifying sight. Febrio Dooa, a 19-year-old acquaintance of the family, stood armed with a knife. Panic gripped Danusha as he realized the danger that loomed over his loved ones. A violent struggle ensued between Danusha and Febrio. Despite Danusha's desperate attempts to defend his family, he sustained serious injuries. His pleas to Febrio to spare his family fell on deaf ears. The chaos and violence escalated, with Danusha being overpowered. Bleeding and driven by sheer desperation, he managed to escape the house, clutching his wounds. He ran out into the night, screaming for help, his voice echoing through the stillness of the suburban street. Neighbors, jolted awake by the commotion, rushed out to find Danusha collapsing on the ground, begging for someone to save his family. The sight of a bloodied and frantic man in their quiet neighborhood sent shockwaves through the community. Emergency calls flooded in as concerned residents alerted the authorities. Within minutes, the serene neighborhood was engulfed by the flashing lights of emergency vehicles. The arrival of police and paramedics signaled the beginning of a nightmarish discovery. Officers who entered the home were about to uncover a scene of unparalleled horror that would haunt them for years to come. When the police arrived at the Wikramasinghe home, they were confronted with a scene of unimaginable horror. The front door, left ajar, was a foreboding entrance to the nightmare within. As officers cautiously stepped inside, their flashlights illuminated the stark reality of the brutal attack. In the living room, they found the lifeless body of Durrani, 35, lying in a pool of blood. Her eyes were closed, and her face bore the signs of a fierce struggle. The walls were stained with the evidence of violence, a grim testament to the terror that had unfolded. As the officers moved through the house, their hearts sank further with each discovery. In the children's bedrooms, they found the young victims: Inuka, 7, Ashini, 4, and Ranaya, 2. Each child lay still, their small bodies bearing the marks of a ferocious attack. The infant Kelly, barely 2.5 months old, was found in her crib, her life cruelly taken before it had even begun. Also, among the dead was a family friend, Gamini Amaron, who had recently arrived in Canada and was staying with the Wikramasinghe family. Gamini, who had been excited about his new beginnings in Canada, met a tragic end alongside the family he had come to love. The once vibrant home was now eerily silent, the air heavy with the stench of blood and death. Investigators quickly cordoned off the area, marking it as a crime scene. Forensic teams began a meticulous search for clues, documenting the carnage left in the wake of Febrio Dooa's rampage. The shocking discovery sent waves of grief and disbelief through the community. Neighbors who had once seen the Wikramasinghes as a beacon of hope and resilience now gathered in somber silence, trying to comprehend the scale of the tragedy. The peaceful suburban street had become the site of one of Ottawa's worst mass killings, leaving an indelible mark on everyone involved. As news of the massacre spread, the entire nation was plunged into mourning. Questions arose about what could have driven Febrio Dooa to commit such an atrocity, and the community braced itself for the answers that the investigation would uncover. The serene neighborhood of Barhaven would never be the same, forever haunted by the memory of the night when innocence was lost and a loving family was torn apart. The Wikramasinghe family were beloved members of their community, each leaving an indelible mark on the lives of those who knew them. Dharani Wikramasinghe, 35, was a devoted mother and a former teacher whose kindness and dedication to her family were well known. She was a pillar of strength, balancing her new life in Canada with unwavering support for her children and husband. Her nurturing nature extended beyond her own family, as she often volunteered at local events and was an active member of the school community. Inuka, their 7-year-old son, was a bright and energetic child with an infectious enthusiasm for life. He loved soccer and was a rising star among his classmates at Manor Paul Baxter School. Inuka's teachers often praised his academic prowess and his ability to bring joy to the classroom. His friends adored him for his playful spirit and his knack for making everyone laugh. Ashini, just 4 years old, was a cheerful and imaginative girl. Always ready to play and make new friends, she had a vibrant personality that shone through in everything she did. Ashini loved drawing and often filled the house with her colorful artwork. Her laughter and joy were a constant presence, making every moment with her a cherished memory. Ranaya, at the tender age of 2, brought joy to everyone with her innocent laughter and boundless curiosity. She was the family's little explorer, always eager to discover new things and share her findings with her siblings. Her giggles were a source of happiness, and her presence filled the home with warmth and love. Baby Kelly, the youngest member of the family, was a precious addition who filled their home with hope and dreams for the future. At just 2.5 months old, she represented the culmination of the family's journey and their aspirations for a brighter tomorrow. Her coos and smiles were a beacon of light in the household. Gamini Amaron, a 40-year-old family friend, had recently joined the Wikramasinghes in Canada, seeking a better life. He was a kind-hearted man who quickly became an integral part of the family, offering support and companionship. Gamini's dreams of a fresh start in Canada were tragically cut short leaving a void in the hearts of those who knew him. Each of these individuals had a unique story and a bright future ahead, now tragically cut short by an incomprehensible act of violence. Their loss left a community in mourning and a nation searching for answers. The investigation into the horrific crime quickly led to the arrest of Febrio Dooa, a 19-year-old who had been living with the Wikramasinghe family. Febrio was known for his quiet demeanor and had been a former student at Algonquin College. He had come to Canada 2 years earlier, seeking education and opportunities. His presence in the Wikramasinghe household was seen as a gesture of goodwill, a testament to the family's generosity and willingness to help others. Living with the Wikramasinghe family provided Febrio with a sense of stability. However, he was quiet and reserved, often keeping to himself. Despite his initial promise as a student, Febrio faced challenges adapting to the academic environment. By the winter of 2023, he had dropped out of college, a decision that marked the beginning of a troubling downward spiral. He began to show signs of distress and isolation, withdrawing from social interactions and becoming increasingly reclusive. Febrio had a modest online presence, mainly through his YouTube channel where he posted videos about Minecraft. Initially, his channel garnered some attention, but over time, his activity waned, mirroring his retreat from the real world. Friends and family noticed his withdrawal, but attributed it to the common struggles faced by many young immigrants adapting to a new country. On the night of the murders, Febrio was found at the scene, covered in blood and in possession of a knife-like weapon. The image of him standing amidst the carnage was a stark contrast to the quiet, unassuming young man the community thought they knew. Police took him into custody without resistance, and the weight of the tragedy began to sink in. The community was stunned as details of the arrest emerged. How could someone so young, who had been welcomed into the family's home, commit such a heinous act? The shock and disbelief were palpable as neighbors and friends grappled with the reality of the situation. Febrio's initial court appearance was a somber affair. He faced 6 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of attempted murder, charges that carried the full weight of the law. As he stood before the judge, the search for answers began in earnest. The motives behind the crime remained elusive, adding another layer of mystery to this tragic case. Speculations and theories swirled as the community sought to understand what could have driven Febrio to such violence. The investigation would need to peel back the layers of his life, examining his past, his relationships, and any potential signs that could explain his actions. The journey to uncover the truth had only just begun, as a family, a community, and a nation mourned the loss of innocent lives. The investigation into the Wikramasinghe family murders was thorough and painstaking. Forensic teams worked tirelessly to gather evidence from the crime scene, meticulously documenting every detail. Blood samples, fingerprints, and DNA evidence were collected, providing crucial insights into the events of that fateful night. The house, once a home filled with laughter and love, was now a critical site for uncovering the truth. Detectives interviewed friends, family members, and neighbors to piece together a comprehensive timeline of events. They sought to understand Febrio Dooa's interactions with the family and any potential warning signs that might have been overlooked. The community's cooperation was invaluable as people came forward with information, hoping to aid the investigation and find justice for the victims. Febrio Dooa's arrest marked the beginning of a complex legal process. Charged with 6 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of attempted murder, he faced a lengthy and challenging legal battle. His initial court appearances were brief, with Febrio showing little emotion. The courtroom, filled with the weight of grief and anger, became a focal point for the community's desire for justice. As the case progressed, Febrio's defense team began exploring potential mental health issues, suggesting that his psychological state would play a significant role in his trial. Expert witnesses were called upon to assess his mental condition, adding layers of complexity to the legal proceedings. The defense argued that Febrio's actions were influenced by underlying mental health problems, while the prosecution sought to prove premeditation and intent. The legal proceedings were expected to be lengthy, with many questions remaining unanswered. The community, along with the nation, watched closely, hoping for justice and seeking closure in the wake of such a profound loss. Each court appearance, each new piece of evidence, and each testimony brought the community closer to understanding the tragic events that had shattered their sense of safety and peace. The trial's outcome would not only determine Febrio's fate, but also serve as a milestone in the community's journey towards healing. As the legal battle unfolded, the collective hope for justice remained strong, a beacon of resolve in the face of profound sorrow. The quest for answers and accountability continued, driven by the memory of the beloved Wikramasinghe family and the unwavering support of a united community. The case is ongoing, and please note, all suspects are innocent until proven guilty. In the aftermath of the tragedy, the community rallied around Danusha, offering support in numerous ways. A GoFundMe campaign was launched to assist with funeral expenses and provide financial aid to Danusha, who had lost everything in the blink of an eye. The campaign quickly surpassed its initial goal, raising over $162,000 from more than 1,000 donors. This remarkable response was a testament to the compassion and generosity of people from all walks of life, who were moved by the family's heartbreaking story. The Buddhist Congress of Canada coordinated support efforts for Danusha Wikramasinghe by organizing prayer meetings, counseling sessions, and managing raised funds to provide financial aid. Local businesses and residents contributed by donating meals and offering services pro bono. Fundraising events, including charity walks and community dinners, further strengthened the sense of solidarity and provided practical assistance. This collective effort offered emotional and financial support to Danusha, demonstrating the community's compassion and resilience in the face of tragedy. As we conclude our exploration of the Wikramasinghe family tragedy, we are left with lingering questions. What drove Febrio Dooa to commit such a heinous act? How can a community heal from such profound loss? Thank you for joining us on this journey through the shadows of the abyss of crime. We hope this series has illuminated the deeper issues that lurk beneath the surface of society. If this story has captured your interest, please subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the darkest corners of criminal investigations. Click the bell icon to ensure you don't miss any updates. Stay vigilant and keep seeking the truth. Goodbye for now.